This may be the last time you'll see this configuration here. I'm going to be swapping the aquariums around soon. But here we are. We have this 10-gallon, 10, 5, 20. The 20 is going over behind us. This is going up there. So this will be a little more balanced. Still got some of the, or most of the carvings and the rock collection, some of the crystals. A little bit neglected as far as cleanliness, but I am having these tanks not so much for showing and viewing, but for the fish themselves. And I've been doing some experiments, different conditions and stuff. And I'm letting them go a little bit more than most people would, but I want them to be as absolutely natural as possible. I'm letting algae take over. You know, I'm thinking, what does the bottom of a lake look like? This is what it looks like. Everybody gets all upset about the algae. Oh man, the algae. Yes, I agree that maybe a little bit of algae inside the glass here. That's a little distracting. I would do that, but even that I tend to avoid because the fish love it. It's just good all the way around. And it's just the best water. And if you got everything homeostasis, more or less, then, you know, it's all cool. It's changing the water. You know, the problem is people are poisoning their fish with changing it with so-called fresh water. Refreshing water that's evaporated. I have a tremendous evaporation rate, but I refresh with reverse osmosis. So therefore the mineral level and everything in here just stays equilibrium. You know, and if water evaporates, so theoretically this gets a little thicker, but then when I add clear water, it goes back to its original consistency. People add fresh water, take out really good water, add fresh water, and they wonder why their fish soon afterwards, well, I just changed the water. Well, I just stopped at the gas station before I came over here. Well, I washed with Dawn soap. I don't know, it has to be something else. So this tank is another experiment in action. It's a 20-gallon. Community tank. They're in the much more of their natural state now because they don't see me in this lighting conditions. There's our schooling fish that kind of hang out together. And we got our scavenger Corydoras catfish on the bottom there. I like the concept of schooling. I'm really happy with this group of fish here. And then there actually is a school of these black tetras. It's interesting, the bloodfin tetras on the left there are longer bodies, they're faster moving, they like to eat food on the run. These guys are a little fatter, same gill structure and mouth structure basically, but a little slower. These, the ones on the left are a tighter family group. I want to get some more of the black tetras, this guy right here. This tank is really nice, it's really in good shape. The Corydoras catfishes are all hiding somewhere. A good tank has hiding places. Fish need a place to hide. I see these people with, you know, oh, look at the rocks I got in here. You know, they all look like Stonehenge. There's no place. Fish like to hide under things. They like safety. They don't like to be out there displayed. You know, so, you know, sometimes you can go like with Mitch the Beacher, months without seeing him. deciding he's dead. And then he's out for a half an hour showing his stuff. And then he's gone again. Well, that's the same thing with these guys. At nighttime, they all kind of split. They go hide behind the rocks there. It's a little bright out here for them. They don't really like bright either. You know, that's when they're susceptible to be caught by a bird or a predator, whatever. You know, these are basically food for land-based animals. Then, let me see, we kind of move over here. This is the 5 gallon. This is a little dim here, but that's okay. So these are a pair of dwarf gouramis. One tends to hide. Oh, there it comes, there it comes. Let me see, let me get back here so he doesn't see me. Yeah, there they both are. So they're surface feeders. They like insects from Southeast Asia, the swamps of Vietnam and Thailand. They like to gulp air. They're used to being in swamps that dry up or have shallow water with no oxygen. So what they do is, beside having gills, which of course converts CO2 to oxygen, beside having gills, they also have lungs, so they can gulp air. Also to get oxygen. So they are kind of unique in that sense. So they like to hang around at the top. This tank could go down to 2 inches, 1 inch, and he'll be just happy, he'll survive. These other guys who are swimming around, they get in shallow water, they're gonna die because they don't get oxygen. These guys here, shallow water, they are, plus in shallow water, they're zipping around, they're perfect targets. Shallow water, they get eaten. So they all have just kind of different things. Now back here to these guys. Let's see what they're up to. Oh, they're off hiding again now. All right. And over here now we have the other 10 gallon. Step back here. This is another oddball, a little bit of a mystery here. I've had problems with some scavengers in here. But these 4 albino corridors catfish have been here for over a year. They're very happy. Fat, but not overly fat, active, doing just fine. There's a cherry barb in here that I've tried to get out to be with the ones in the 20-gallon tank, but I can't catch him. He's too smart. And there's also something else in here. And I also got another algae eater. I think it's called an Odoclincus. I might be wrong. It might be a Thai algae eater. I honestly don't know. So, but there's also a pair of German blue rams. And they have just completely disappeared. I haven't seen him in a week. I only saw him occasionally for the last month or so. And then it's been a week. Somewhere hidden in here is either 2 bodies or 2 fish that have nested up and they're making whoopee. That's kind of what they're in here for. That's all I have is those 2 and the scavengers. So, and you know, while the other ones, well, like I said, you know, they're not going to interfere with the breeding and stuff if they go into that. Fish generally know not to go after catfish when they're breeding. Normally the males go into hyper mode and beat the heck out of all the other fish around them. But for some reason, the fish that do that know that they should generally leave scavengers alone. Now, some people say because scavengers' meat is not as good because they eat a lot of stuff from the bottom that's not so much protein. In other words, they eat more waste material, and so therefore their meat tastes worse. They're kind of like the pigs of the world. And so maybe that's why the mean aggressive fish leave these guys alone. So either the pair is dead or having fun. Pretty wild. This tank had a lot of really good success. I put in 2 females and 1 male, and there was just a whole bunch of guppies that made it out. But I've moved this tank over in the last week, and I lost my bubbler. But the guppies have really kind of disappeared. They're really in low profile mode. They're up there, but you know, none of the big ones. The 2 mothers have long died, and the original father. It's rather interesting, though, is that they were all red and black, the mothers and the father, but the 3rd generation, maybe it was the 2nd, I don't know. These leopard skin ones popped out that are a different color. So you'll see there's like this lighter one here. He was born of the same grandmother of the red and black ones, but he's a leopard skin or cobra skin. There's an old black one. So you know, we know that they have multiple fathers. But what happens is the females can carry the male sperm through a couple pregnancies. So she could have had sex with a leopard skin or cobra skin 3 men ago, three pregnancies ago. Each one a different dad. And she always has a choice of 20 to 30 dads going after her. So, you know, eventually what comes out is that guy. So, you know, in a way it kind of shows that what Darwin was saying about the species, you know. I mean, there you go, you're seeing it right there. These guys are just a gas to watch. I think they know I'm here. I was moving around. Very shy. Lots of fun. They have a nice school of, I think I got 8 in here. Oh, here comes one now. All right, so he's gonna come out. So one comes out to check it out. All right, it's looking good. Looking good. All right, what's going on? Looks good to me, boss. Okay. What should we do here? Well, let's just hold the horses. I want to make sure no birds or humans are going to come down. And it's looking pretty safe. Are you ready to come out? Well, I don't know. All right, let's come out. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, all right. All right, guys, it's all looking good here. It's looking safe. What do you think, Larry? Oh, I think it's all right. Good. So these are panting. These are also oxygen grabbers. They'll scoop up to the atmosphere to grab oxygen. And you can see from their mouths that they like to eat stuff from the ground. So these are considered bottom feeders. Some people call them scavengers, but I think that's kind of a rough word for them. But because they're really necessary. Oops, sorry, folks. Oops, yeah, I moved. They saw me move. Oh, no, they're still there. Okay. Now there is I think a queen who comes out. She's bigger than all of them. Doesn't have any fat, but I mean, she's just a big fish. I mean, relatively speaking, of course. These are about 1 inch. 3 centimeters. Maybe a little bigger. I should have a ruler in there, huh? There we go. All right. Oh, I think that's her. Is that the big one? She's the last one to come out. She's gonna come out of the little hut. Is looking safe, kids? Yeah. Well, okay. Let's see. See, she's bigger. See that? Now, being the queen, now she's gonna come out and lead them. She sends those guys out to make things safe. They're out looking for food. Okay, and they're looking for like, and if they can find a fresh piece of meat, they can all eat together. You know, they are not independent. They're really communal. So there she is. You can see she's quite a bit larger. And now she's kind of, they want to go check out what's in this corner here. There's some food back there. Oh, I don't know. Maybe she's go check it out. So now we're going to change the dynamics of everything in here. I'm going to introduce some food. Okay, so we're going to now you see I've moved, so well, so far so good there. But now watch this. I lower this down. I squirt it down to them. They love fresh meat. Okay, now we're going to go back. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I don't know. We got to be careful coming out there. Oh. Hey. Hey. We got fresh shrimp here. They're pure protein, man. Is it safe for everybody else? I don't know. Eat some. She wants to know if you're going to die first. Okay. All right. It's looking pretty good, though. You know, pretty soon they'll be coming out. You know how they are once they smell that food. Yeah, I know, but you know, we're out here manning our post. Yeah, I know, Bob. Not Bob. Bob's back there. Jeez. I'm Sydney, for God's sakes. Bob. How'd you like me to call you Sally? No, I'm not going to do that. Well, okay. No, the shrimp really isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And one of the guppies up here, they didn't follow any of the shrimp down at all. Oh, there's some up there. Oh, yeah. Hey, Bob. Hey, look what I got. Look what I got. I got a big chunk of meat. Big chunk of meat. Oh, it's getting away. It's getting away. Oh, I got it. Up he goes. Up he goes. He's in guppy heaven. Yeah. And these other guys either don't know or are unable to dive straight down and have fresh seafood. Now, sometimes they do. I think these fish are actually not that hungry tonight, in that they've been fed. It is late. They're getting ready to go to bed. They're not as aggressive. They're not in feeding mode. So, but that's good. Eventually, after I shut the lights out, the catfish will be out here. They just love scrounging through this. The old queen will be out. So let's head over to this tank. Let's see what's going on here. And once again, this is the 20-gallon. Schooling fish, a few catfish. There's one big master beta. So let's drop a little bit of this stuff in. Oops. See what happens. So those are cherry barbs. There's one of those alone in the tank off to the left that I could not catch. He would be a lot happier with his brothers and cousins here, but he demands freedom. One of those loner liberal types, off by themselves, don't want to join the group. He'd rather be off there and become a victim of an enemy because he's not protected by his school. But no, he's better than everybody else. We'll see what happens to him. You see now, black tetras, they smelled what was going on, they saw it. Look at these guys. They're actually, it's funny, but they are kind of in the same family as piranhas. They're aggressive. Their teeth are facing forward. They're used to attacking and coming in schools. They're very, very similar to piranha. These will come up and nibble on your finger. They think they're attacking, but it's more of a nibble. But some of these can can bite you pretty hard. Not necessarily these guys. None of the catfish have come out yet. How about these two? Can we coerce them to come out? Let's find out. Okay. Well, a little bit of shrimp right there, right up front. Let's see what happens. They're still hiding back there. Huh. Where comes... And then there's these guys. Once again, always experimenting. The lid is closed on here. So it's a little tricky, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Gotta lift the lid up. There we go. So, there's the food falling down. There's the catfish. Once again, Mr. and Mrs. German Blue Ram are missing. Even when fresh meat is out. Okay. Well, that's it for tonight. Kind of step back here. Ooh. There we go.